All right, I've been digging through a bunch of new releases this past week. Here are the 6 albums that stood out most to me. Pretty eclectic group of releases, everything ranging from noisy gothic rock to mathy emo and crusty D-beat. Number one, Crippling Alcoholism, Camgirl, a Boston, Massachusetts band. Everything about this band is striking. The name of the band, the name of the album art is incredible. This is a band that's very difficult to categorize. Their music is kind of like noisy gothic post-punk, but it incorporates all different kinds of music. There's moments here that are extremely catchy, like earworms that'll be stuck in your head for the rest of the day. And there's moments on here that are extremely harsh. It's got a little bit of something for everyone. This is a band that's quickly on the rise. They just released their last album in 2024, so a quick turnaround. This is their third album. I think it's their best yet. Definitely a band to pay attention to and an album to check out. Number two, Algernon Cadwallader, Trying Not to Have a Thought. Emo revival heroes from the Philly area, back after 14 years since they released their last album. This is a band that in their heyday were very much characterized by a special kind of youthful exuberance, a real infectious energy that is in many ways synonymous with youth. So I was definitely eager to see how they kind of recaptured that element of their music. And in many ways, that energy is still there. That infectious element is definitely not gone. But this does feel like a band that's a little bit more weathered, a little bit more mature. This album feels sadder than a lot of their previous music. And for a band that has always been associated with emo, that might sound surprising, but their brand of emo felt a little bit more joyful. This album seems a lot more self-reflective. The lyrics feel so much more personal. I know their music has always been personal, but sometimes their lyrics were a bit difficult to decipher. This feels a bit more on the nose. You can definitely tell what they're talking about a lot of times. And it definitely feels like a band that's more reflective with a lot more to say. And they sort of land somewhere between the Algernon that we have always known and something more like a self-reflective American football style of math rock. That mathy element's still there. It just feels a lot more focused and refined. This is a great album by Algernon, a great comeback album that is definitely worthy of a listen. Number three, Serrate, Even the Wind Sounds Dead, an Asheville, North Carolina punk band. This is some good old-fashioned late 90s, early 2000s inspired screamo. And to kind of give this credibility, members of Majority Rule and Orchid were part of the recording and mastering process, screamo royalty. So this is definitely a band that has captured the attention of some major figures in screamo, and for good reason. You can definitely hear the Majority Rule influence. This is very dark, cinematic, oppressive screamo. The vocals are very similar to that of Jacob Bannon of Converge. There's that metalcore influence here as well. Extremely intense, extremely emotional. This is definitely a band worth checking out if you like this style of screamo. If you like that Emma Goldman album from earlier this year, this is another great addition to the screamo genre for the year. Number four, Bone Fetish. The album is called Bone Fetish. This is a compilation from a Canadian gore grind band, death metal band, everything that they've done up to this point, a compilation of their EPs, their demos. This is some old school gore grind, some real disgusting stuff. If you enjoyed the Caustic Wound album from earlier this year, there's a lot of similarities here. It's that really thick sounding grindcore with the death metal backbone. Awesome record, definitely a band to keep an eye on. Great stuff. Number five, Cheap Gas, Altars of Patrician, Genocide. This is the second album from a blackened D-beat crust band from Dayton, Ohio. This is the type of music that to me almost always works when it's well written, and it absolutely is. If you like this filthy, old school, D-beat, crusty grindcore style of music, you're gonna love this. It has all the griminess, all the energy that you associate with crust. Great album. Number six, Gnaw Their Tongues, The Genesis of Light, one of the most prolific, extreme one-man black metal projects in existence. This is a band that stylistically covers pretty much every part of the extreme music spectrum. This might be the only Gnaw Their Tongues project that you could describe from start to finish as beautiful. This is drony, ambient, atmospheric music. It feels like something coming from a haunted church. It doesn't get as extreme as a lot of Gnaw Their Tongues music does. It's much more meditative. It's basically one song broken up into 4 parts, all titled The Genesis of Light. And apparently this is something that the artist has been working on since 2008. So this is a long-ranging project. I don't know if it's something that was consistent since 2008 or something that started in 2008, was put away for a while, and they dug it back up for this. But it's a great, worthy addition to the Gnaw Their Tongues catalog, which is wide-ranging and perplexing. Another awesome album Definitely worth checking out if you're up for this style of music. All right, that's the 6. Hope you check those out. Let me know if you like them. If I missed anything this week, let me know what I should check out. And stay tuned for more lists like these. Subscribe for more. Thanks so much for watching.